All right, welcome back to the What's Left podcast. John here with Jake and Brad on the Derealization Nation Media Network. We are the punk rock garage band of podcasts, adding our voice of resistance as loud as we can. Please like and subscribe, guys. We got to talk about the best people. Trump hires, as we know, only the best people, and whether she's dressed up as an ICE agent, a cowboy, a governor, a firefighter, or a dog murderer. Kristi Noem is one of the worst of the best of Trump's people. And in the midst of this flooding now, is the first real challenge for her as the director of Fema. And let's check in and see how she's doing.
A new rule that any expenditure over $100,000 needed sign-off from Secretary Noem slowed the federal response. These sources tell us that FEMA's deployment of urban search and rescue teams, which are typically deployed in anticipation they might be needed, instead was delayed until Monday, 3 days after the flood. Now, a source also tells us that a request Texas made for FEMA aerial imagery to aid in the search was also delayed, waiting for Secretary Noem's approval. Now, additionally, multiple FEMA officials say that they were taken aback by the agency's relatively limited response in the immediate aftermath of the disaster.
Yeah. And of course, she responded in a very sane way. She was on Fox and Friends. Let me see if I can find that here. But yeah, very next video. Too organized. All right. So she, of course, reacts to it in a normal, sane way, as do everybody in the Trump administration when they're confronted.
Fake news. CNN again is absolutely trash what they are doing by saying that, because our Coast Guard, our Border Patrol, BORTAC teams were there immediately. Every single thing I was on, they asked for, we were there. The fact that CNN is continuing to be political and push out fake information and false and information and lies is not shocking, but it's a disservice to the country.
And
You're a disservice to the country, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Bible clearly states love and help thy neighbor. And you delayed that love and help for 3 days.
Well, she says she didn't, Jake. She says she didn't. She denies it.
Well, this is stunning. The Department of Homeland Security just made an unhinged reply to a Midas Touch tweet, yes, one of our tweets, about the CNN story that it took Kristi Noem 72 hours to approve the search and rescue teams from FEMA to go over to Texas. And in this bizarre tweet where they're trying to deny the story, they kind of accidentally admit to it. So here was our post. It gets worse. Kristi Noem didn't authorize FEMA's deployment of urban search and rescue teams until Monday, more than 72 hours after the flooding began. Multiple sources told CNN, and you could see the Homeland Security account replies right here. This is a fake news lie from CNN. This reporting is an unapparelled display of activist journalism, blah, 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 blah. Side note, did they mean unparalleled? I mean, look at this post. They wrote a book. But there was something in particular that they wrote that caught my eye, and it was this. They said, by Tuesday, FEMA had deployed 311 staffers providing support and shelter for hundreds of people. And that would seem to align exactly with CNN's reporting that Kristi Noem waited 72 hours until Monday evening to approve the deployment of these teams. So DHS and Kristi Noem, instead of responding to our tweets and posting Instagram polls like this, asking if Miss Blondie #2 should be your official governor's portrait, how about you just do your damn job?
Yeah. So that's the saga. That's the saga,
Cool.
gentlemen.
Cool.
Yeah. So while children are dying, this woman is busy lying about her own response and was too busy doing cosplay for her governor's portrait. She is no longer the governor of whatever fucking Dakota she's the governor of. She's the fucking secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. what the fuck is going on. And this was such a, I don't know how to put this because I do not want it to mean the tragedy. This wasn't a hurricane. This was not a Category 5 hurricane. Um, this could have been managed a lot better. There are some of these disasters that are so large that they're almost unmanageable, even with the best response. And so the idea that this is going to be the person in charge of that big one when it comes is terrifying. Because rather than like spend time consoling the families or talking about the people who passed, she's out here telling people that we should be grateful how many of them survived. And that is like the official tome of the Trump administration. Guys, what do you think Kristi Noem's response so far?
I think that there's just no accountability. Like to immediately create lies, like it just seems so ridiculous when we're losing human lives. Like 120 lives have been lost, and maybe that number wouldn't have been minimized at all had she responded immediately. I don't know,
No.
but I know that there's a better chance had she responded immediately. That's what I know, and to not take any accountability for the lives lost and somehow turn it on CNN while on Fox and Friends, which is like crazy irony because as we discussed before in an earlier episode, everyone's watching Fox News. Like we aren't on mainstream news channels. Like that's not what we're doing. That's not what I'm doing. I assume that's not what you're doing either. And then for her to go on and try and like criminalize CNN while on the largest propaganda network in America is like bananas.
Yeah. It's fucking bad shit. You could thank God for his role, but she failed to thank Mexico, Jake. What do you think about that?
The fact that the people, Spanish people that they want to deport out of this country are the ones helping their neighbors the most.
Yep.
I think it's proof in itself how corrupt and evil that they are. And the key word was anticipation of these. Anticipation doesn't mean 3 days late.
No. God, no. It's so bad.
Ran so wrong, like completely backwards is what it is.
Yeah. 100%.
Backwards.
And so they've diverted FEMA money to build concentration camps. So evil literally has a cost, and it's almost always innocent lives.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's happened here. Like rather than pay for these funds and stuff, and you know the local officials have just as much culpability as anybody else. To think that the I don't know. Do you guys want to hear this a little? You guys want to dig into the? You want to stay with Kristi Noem, or do you want to like hear a little bit about like what happened?
Well, I know about the local and the lack of money they put into their like alarm system. I know about that. I assume that's what this is going to touch on too.
I also know about that one.
Yeah. This is so they had the money, they had the federal funds, and they chose not to spend them because they came from Biden. And there's actually transcripts from their meetings, their town hall meetings, obviously, or not town hall, their council meetings, where they literally call just an evil, corrupt administration, how they wouldn't take money from them and blah blah blah. Blase skip. And even though they knew and had requested several times from the state of Texas $1 million for these same alarm systems, they refused to take the money from the Infrastructure Reduction Act, which was the second dumbest name now for a bill. Now that we have the big beautiful bill, it's only the second dumbest name. So yeah, it's a whole clusterfuck, and she is probably one of the worst people. How about some of her lies? You guys know about those? A couple weeks ago, she was telling a big one about a cannibal who was eating himself on an airplane. You guys see that one?
I did. Do you have the video of her talking about it?
Right, here we go.
The other day I was talking to some marshals that have been partnering with ICE. They said that they had detained a cannibal and put him on a plane to take him home. And while they had him in his seat, he started to eat himself. And they had to get him off and get him medical attention. These are the kind of deranged individuals that are on our streets in America that we're trying. The other day I was talking.
Yeah. She's the kind of deranged individual who is in our fucking government. She doubled down on that. Like, she took to Twitter to double down on that.
They always double down.
Always.
They never don't double down. They will never backtrack. They will make up something completely different just to cover so they don't have to backtrack.
No, they refuse. They're never wrong. They've never been wrong. Absolutely.
The greatest team.
The best people, buddy. The best people. Unfucking believable. Yeah. Let's leave that there. Hey, you guys want to do a quick see how MAGA land is reacting to the Epstien files?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's check in on the Flagrant podcast, boys. These fellas are really. I won't tell them that they're becoming woke, but they are. You know, they're waking up to reality. This was pretty good.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? We have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep?
So we're stupid. Yeah. we're the fucking idiots, guys. That is, I think, what is enraging people right now is it's insulting our intelligence. Like, obviously the intelligence community is trying to cover it up. Obviously the Trump administration is trying to cover up. Something changed because they ran on this idea of exposing it all. All these guys had great ideas. Cockeyed Cash, Dan Bongino. He had clips, dog. He had bars. He was ready to tear it all down. He was ready to tear down the entire FBI office.
Shut down the Hoover building day one.
Day one.
That bitch still standing.
And then he goes on Joe Rogan and he's like, listen, do you think if I had it, I wouldn't share it with you?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
I do believe that 100%, especially when you're staring at me like this, telling me that. Once you protect pedophiles, you are the most cockeyed person in the entire world.
So one of two things, in my mind, is it possible. One, you're covering it up. Or two, nothing really happened and you exploited the rape of thousands of children to get your man elected. So which one do you want here?
I know which one you guys think it is. I tend to lean a little bit more toward the second one.
Who are those people?
It's the Flagrant podcast. They're like your classic. We're not political bros. Right?
I never ever want to be in a room with any of them.
Oh my god, no! You dude,
That is scary to my safety.
Well, Pete Buttigieg went on with them. He was the first Democrat to go on with them and sit down. And
Pete, take one for the team.
He did, man. He really did. These podcasts are like 3 fucking hours long. Like, guys get up and go to the bathroom. They make a sandwich. It's like it's just them. Like, and these are the people who are like these are the people who are like, oh, well, yeah, they got a point. Like, we really do need to make some Medicaid cuts because people are just lazy and not working. Man, fuck all the way off for real. Right. They had Bernie on, and Bernie was trying to explain. They were like, "Well, we don't need a train out here. We don't need a train." And he's like trying to explain to them why the train is important. He's like, because like people have to make your sandwiches and fucking work for you assholes, and they're like not getting it at all. Like, they're the most out of touch fucking losers on the planet, but people worship them because money is king here in the United States.
They had a chance to talk to Bernie.
Yeah.
That's upsetting to me.
They are. I have to hand it to them though, because I've had these guys on. I've listened to 3 of them now. Not all of them. I can't listen to 3 hours of any fucking podcast. It's too much. But he does a pretty good job. He does his research. You know what I mean? He does a better job. He does a better job than Theo Vaughn. He does a better job than Joe Rogan. They are better informed than that. Like, they at least like ask questions and push back a little.
That's good.
Yeah.
They're trying to learn.
They are trying to learn, unlike fucking Rogan, who is just trying to like unlearn, if that's a thing. All right. I got one more. How about Candace Owens? You guys like Candace? She is just
like Candace.
I know the answers.
She's gone full away from him at this point.
Yeah, she's nuts. She's absolutely
People are
crazy.
up in arms because, just like Diddy, Epstein didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing. The Epstein case has been officially closed, my friends. He actually didn't even have a client list that he used for blackmail. And the strangest part about his billionaire status is that nobody knows how he became a billionaire. Yeah, they can't tell us that. That's my favorite part of the whole thing, is just like Chris, my editor, mentioned earlier, you don't pay 8 cents of tax money, and they'll be like, right here, my friends. You shorted the government 8 cents, but Jeffrey Epstein, we don't know where he got his billions of dollars.
Good job. It's also out here like having phone interviews with Harvey Weinstein from prison, trying to resurrect his character. So like her credibility is zilch, but she's upset about it, and I just think that's hilarious.
Okay.
It's funny though.
I love watching their heads explode. Like we didn't fucking try to tell everybody.
Yeah, right. Like we didn't tell you. All right, one more clip, and then we'll go to break. This one is.
Excuse me, where's Mr. Epstein?
Down the hall and to the left.
Thanks.
You don't catch that the first time you watch the movie, you know? It sounded like something entirely different.
And they play with shit.
This shit. All right. We'll take a break. Please like and subscribe. And we'll be back with the fun part.